When the Royal Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology was conceived of course, we weren't really sure how big it would be or what it would involve or anything else. And so the original proposal included three different scenarios. One was to leave the scientific staff in Edmonton. One was to basically have just an interpretive center in Drumheller where you just have displays. But the other end of the scale was a full museum where you have both the research, collections, and displays in one single facility. Now, I think the cheapest way to go was not the last because you have to create a situation where you can store the fossils, you have to create the right kind of environment so that the researchers can work there. Of course, when the Tyrrell Museum was created, the internet really wasn't available to scientists. We had no idea what directions that would take. We had to build a very large library there. We had to have facilities and equipment that we could prepare the fossils, which otherwise would have been done somewhere else. So really that was on the table first. What kind of a facility did the government of Alberta want in Drumheller with the Royal Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology? And luckily the answer came back loud and clear. What they wanted was a living museum where you had researchers associated with the education staff, the displays, and the collections preservation staff. And I can't help but say this was the right decision right from the outset. I think it was a very perceptive move right from the beginning. Of course, it was more expensive to do it that way, but in the long run, the Tyrrell Museum has the capabilities and does change the displays regularly. Scientific discoveries are being made at the Tyrrell Museum that get onto the international news. The scientific discoveries, as much as anything else, lead to a free kind of publicity. A kid in New York reads about a discovery in Alberta done by a scientist, and suddenly he tells his parents that, hey, we should go to that place and see this dinosaur museum. There are just a lot of spin-off benefits that have made the Tyrrell Museum work, I think, better and more effectively than any other paleontological museum in the world. There are, at this stage, many paleontological museums that have been created, particularly in recent years. And for example, there's a wonderful museum down in South America in a city called Tyrrell. And as I toured that for the first time about 10 years ago, the director said to me, you may recognize a lot of aspects of this museum. It's because I copied them directly from the Tyrrell Museum, because I thought you guys did such a great job. And there's a fantastic museum in Fukui, Japan, which is a sister museum to the Tyrrell Museum now. But again, many aspects of the Tyrrell Museum were copied in this beautiful museum in Japan. So over and over again, what we're seeing is that other museums around the world are looking at what's happening here in Alberta and are in fact copying what they feel are good aspects of the Tyrrell Museum and incorporating them into their own facilities. The Tyrrell Museum, though, surprisingly, has still stayed in front as one of the best. And this has always surprised me because it seemed to me that all we did when we were designing the Tyrrell Museum was we went around and looked at all the different museums that had displayed dinosaurs or other paleontological resources, and we took the best ideas from each of them, we put them all into one package. And of course, the museum opened in 1985, and here we are more than 25 years later, or almost 25 years later rather, and nobody else has really done quite as effective a job at it.